Celebrity Narcs Exposed. So I want to talk about what Lauren London's being accused of now that the Diddy trials and are being called in as a witness that she may have had something to do with Nipsey Hussle's untimely death. Y'all, we don't know these people, but I would like to believe that someone wouldn't do that to their child's father. However, we don't know. We really don't know. Years ago, I had been to 2 different castings and met Lauren London. Like, we were sitting next to each other at a casting, and she seemed very down to earth and friendly. This was before she was cast in ATL. I actually auditioned for Nunu as well. I could tell you some of the sides were the scene where she asked for the necklace back, and the infamous line of, "I'm Nunu because I rock the Nunu shit." Anyway, and I did run into her it was a house party. Someone that I went to college with was having a housewarming party, and this was right before ATL was supposed to come out. So they were already promoting it. So I was aware that, the girl from the Pharrell video got it. So, but she was nice. Every time I would run into her, she would say, "Oh, you're so pretty." And I would say, "Thank you, so are you," because I think she's gorgeous. So from the brief encounters, I never got a vibe of, I don't know, that she would do anything like that. But what I question is, like, how do you not see the evil that P. Diddy embodies? And to be in that industry, to have been in that industry, and know that there's so many different people that approach you for reasons that are going to be satisfying more so for them than yourself, and having to turn down things or walk away from situations or people, or sometimes saying F this industry altogether. It takes a lot of integrity to maintain your dignity, your morals, and self-respect. I could not imagine working for that monster P. Diddy. Like, when I would watch Making the Band, he was so mean. Like, I never desired to work with him. I never desired to go to any casting, let alone, I wouldn't want to model for Sean John. Like, that was nothing that I desired to do. And I used to work in the city, and it was right around the corner from his building. But I never cared to see him or anything like that. Like, he was not on my list of celebrities that if I wanted to meet somebody, like, "Oh, I would love to meet P. Diddy." No, thank you. And I question the fact that if she was very close with Cassie, did she not see any of this? Like, I know that friends sometimes hide things from their friends if they're going through some abusive things. They might not share everything with their friends. They might not share all the details. But in that environment, that man let loose a lot. And we're now seeing a lot of things surface with some of the ways he spoke to people, even more so. Like, it was always on Making the Band. But even in his private sessions, aside from Making the Band, like, I just saw a video yesterday, the way he was speaking to Nip, telling him to stop clapping, and was caught on camera saying, like, "I would stop. Like, you're gonna wish you did or something. It was like very demonic. His eyes were just dark, and then he looks over and he's like got this devilish grin, laughing at Lauren and saying, "Oh, you think I'm funny, huh, Lauren? You think I'm funny?" And she's just laughing. But I was just like, oh my God, like what people do for fame. I also question her hanging out with the Kardashians. It just took me by surprise because she seemed like a pretty real wholesome girl that wasn't going to be like, I don't know, out there like that, especially with all the stuff that's tied to Kim Kardashian. But you never know, like, who people rub elbows with in order to put themselves in places. I mean, look at the Kardashians. That's something that they've done strategically to be where they are right now. So, birds of a feather flock together. And even though she doesn't flock with them like that anymore, she did at one point. And what does that say, though, about her character deep down? I've shared a story about this before. Like, I've dated this guy. He is in the music business. He probably still is. Because I can't imagine him doing anything else. Anyway, yeah, he used to say, like, oh, I can introduce you to Diddy. I can introduce you to Denzel. And he worked with Dallas Austin. I'm dropping his name because he's also been brought up in the court as maybe a witness to some sort. All right. So, but I'm not saying that guy that I used to date, I'm not saying his name, but I'm sure somebody can fucking put two and two together. But that guy used to say, like, oh, I can introduce you to Diddy and Denzel. And I met Dallas Austin because he was like his little brother type. And I'm like, I don't want to meet Diddy. I don't care. Like, as much as I loved and respected Denzel as an actor, I wasn't like, oh, yeah, like, let me meet him. I was just like, what, I think that he was trying to see what type of woman I was, or female, like if I was out there like that, if I was like thirsty to meet these celebrities. But I also think that he is like a mole of some sort that tries to recruit women to people like Diddy. So y'all got to be careful with people like that in the industry. But I remember when I was dating him, and he had mentioned like he had met Lauren before, and he was like, oh, she reminds me of his sisters because she resembled one of his sisters. And so it's like, it's such a small industry, and it just, all this stuff that has come up, it's caused me to reflect and remember certain things, certain conversations are just coming back to my mind, like, oh God, I remember when this guy said this or that. And one time I was at this movie premiere for a movie I had a small part in, but the director from ATL, he was there, and we were speaking, and I overheard somebody say to him that your girl's on something. I don't know if it was like a magazine she was being featured in because ATL had came out, and they were like, your girl. And then I just was like, why are they calling him his girl? And not trying to say nothing bad about him, because he was a cool dude. Like, I used to pitch movie ideas to him and stuff, and would speak to him occasionally. He always be like, call me Holly Braxton, and he was like, no, I got something for you, like I got a better project or whatever. But anyway, there's so many links in this industry, and like connections. You don't know what people do to get to where they're going. Some people do sell their souls, and we hear some celebrities say that, like they feel like they've sold their soul to the what, to do certain roles, because they're exposing a lot of themselves, and they're being very vulnerable in some of these situations.